Let's say you're a guy who's really tired of wearing clothes that don't fit very well. You come across DIY tailoring because I'm all in your face about it. You watch one of my tutorials, you alter your pants, and you're like, hey, cool, they fit a lot better. But hold on, there's something's a little bit off here. He didn't really warn me about this part. I mean, yeah, my chinos, they technically fit better, and I'm happy about that, but hold on, the side seam, it moved, and he didn't warn me about any kind of like geometry going into this, so what's up with that? I think you should subscribe. Well, that right there, it's called pants twist. It's called that because that's what I named it. You slimmed a pair of your chinos and you're really excited and you try them on and you're like, hey, cool, yeah, they fit a lot better, but hold on, the two outside seams, one or both of them are kind of rotating in like to the front of my foot. What's up with that? Or the fabric, it's kind of pulling in a weird way around my calf, or the pants, they sit a little bit differently on top of my shoes, and I didn't anticipate that. And that's where you as a beginner might get a little bit tripped up because you're thinking, how did I make my pants worse instead of better? And here is the problem. A lot of different tutorials will make slimming or altering your pants make it seem like it is really simple. It's not simple. It's easy, but it's not simple. And that's because we're kind of looking at it in the incorrect way. Because it's really easy to think about it as, okay, I'm gonna turn my pants inside out, I'm gonna draw some new lines, and I'm gonna sew and cut. Boom, I've got tapered pants, right? Sort of. And the problem is the fact that your pants, they're not just two flat pieces of fabric. They are two pieces of fabric that wrap around your leg, and they move with your leg and bend and stretch and all that stuff. So when you taper them, you're not just changing the width, you're changing the overall structure of the pant and how the pant works with your stride and your gait and your leg and all of that. Yeah, that's one of those things you probably didn't think about, huh? I know. Now, once you tailor those chinos, you are gonna need a nice solid belt that goes with it. And that leads me to the sponsor of today's video, Anson belts. They sent me this belt set, and I will honestly never, ever, ever wear another belt, probably for the rest of my life. Because they got rid of the most annoying part about belts, and it was those inconsistent holes where you had to, kind of choose and dictate, which one am I? Am I this one, or am I this one? Probably neither. Instead, you get a micro adjustable track system, which allows you to adjust the belt to within 1/4 of an inch. And it's gonna give you a completely custom fit, kind of like those tailored chinos that you've got now too. And it looks like it was made specifically for you. Kind of like those tailored chinos. What I really love about these belts is you have the ability to completely stand out and be unique. And that fits the entire theme of this channel in regards to buying store-bought clothes and tailoring them to fit you specifically. And all of their belts are interchangeable as well, so whatever combination you feel like wearing, the sky is the limit. Mix and match all you want to. Since Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring today's video, when you click the link in the description or scan this QR code to build a box set, you'll get 2 free bonus pieces, a buckle and a strap, completely free. You'll get 3 buckles and 3 straps, which can be mixed and matched into 9 unique belt combos, all in one box. This is a deal like you seriously don't want to miss out on. So click the link, build your set, and upgrade your belt game today. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean this is hard. It's still easy, but it's not simple. Now, pants can twist after tapering because after you taper them, you kind of throw everything out of balance, and the seams where they naturally wanted to sit before, they're not allowed to sit there anymore because the fabric is different. Think of your pant leg as like this big tube of fabric. If you remove some of the fabric from part of the tube, it's gonna change all the rest of the tube, where the rest of the tube is gonna be able to sit. Now, when you have your pants on a table, they look two-dimensional because you just have 2 pieces of fabric lying there all flat and lifeless and just blah, right? Yeah. So you go to alter your pants and you put them down on a table and you're looking at them. Okay, fantastic. You've got an inseam and an outseam. And the inseam is on the inside and the outseam is on the outside. Minnesota education. And also the front of your pants have a little bit less fabric than the back of your pants do, and that is to compensate for your gigantic calves. And that matters because you'll lay the garment out flat and you're gonna look at those 2 side seams and be like, wait, but they're not sitting completely flat. They're kind of either rotated both down a little bit or they're both gonna be rotated up a little bit. That's why. And that inseam and that outseam, they're both gonna control where the garment, where your pants lie on your leg. And if you take off fabric, or at least too much fabric on one or the other, it throws everything out of balance. That seam is gonna move because it's trying to settle into a new spot and compensate for what was removed. If you've watched a couple of my tutorials already, you've noticed that I usually do my alterations on the inseam. There's a reason for that, because I'm not doing anything too aggressive. When I am tapering my pants, I'm usually just taking off a very minimal amount of fabric. Now, in the event that I want it to be really aggressive, I couldn't do all of that on the inseam. It's gonna really throw everything out of proportion. So that's when I wanna be more balanced about it. I would do the inseam as well as the outseam. Which leads me to that next problem. When you are altering your pants, that means you took off way too much on the inseam, so rotation. Now, what can also cause this problem is making your taper line too sharp. More specifically, too sharp or aggressive at the knee. And this actually causes two problems in one, of course. Now, when you are altering a pair of chinos, when you are putting some sewing pins along the inseam there, you're gonna have a pin at the very top. It's not for a measurement, it's just as a placeholder. That pin right there, it's got one job and one job only. That's where you need to be done with your stitch. So while you are sewing up, as you wanna gradually go back out to that original seam there, and you look at that pin and you say, okay, cool. Once I get to within like an inch of it, I wanna be dancing right on the edge of that factory seam, just barely kind of merging them together. And then when you are at that stitch, those the original stitch and the new stitch, they've been combined for quite some time, so it's not gonna be aggressive or sharper anyway. But it's really easy to forget that part and you're tapering up when you realize, oh man, I need to be more aggressive because my pin is over here and my line is over here. I got a quick cut out to the knee over there. Don't do that. That's gonna cause two problems. Yes, it's gonna cause our pants to twist in a way that we don't want, but since it's also close to the knee, it's also going to affect how the pants fit and more specifically how the pants move with you. Have you ever worn a pair of pants where you're standing and they feel fine, everything is all great, and you sit down and you feel them pull up and you're like, okay, I mean, I felt that, but whatever, no big deal. And then you go to stand up again, but your pants stay in the same spot and you have to like take your other leg and like push it down, like push down on your calf. That's why that happens. So before you taper your pants, not only do you want to ask yourself how much slimmer do I want these to be, or how much smaller do I want the leg hole to be, you also need to ask yourself, how do I prevent these seams from rotating on me? And that question changes the entire approach, because now you're thinking more about balance as opposed to just tapering. And now that you know that, let's go alter a pair of chinos knowing that we're going to be able to prevent that twist from happening. It's in the next video. I'll see you over there. I'm home alone, so I can say something really weird. SD out. Deuces! My neighbor is outside picking up dog poop, and she absolutely heard me. That's awkward.